Eastman Kodak Company is happy to bring you America's favorite family, the Nelsons, Ozzie, Harriet, David, and Ricky. They enjoy good times together. And like most of us, they enjoy good times over again in pictures. And now, here's Harriet.
I'd like to tell you about a very special kind of Christmas card. A greeting that's really the next best thing to a holiday visit. It's a Christmas card made from a family snapshot. To me, a photo greeting is the most personal kind of greeting card you can send. They're easy and inexpensive, too. Just take a picture of your home, your children, or any scene you like, and take the negative or the picture itself to your Kodak dealer. Then choose the card or folder you like from his wide selection. This year, there's the new Slim line, an attractive modern style in full color. I'm sure you'll be as pleased as we always are with photo greetings at Christmas time.
And here's good news. Right now, your Kodak dealer has a special Christmas offer for you. When you buy 25 or more Kodacolor prints of the same picture, you get the cards and the envelopes and the prints at a very substantial saving. See your Kodak dealer this week and get your Christmas cards in plenty of time. And now Kodak invites you to enjoy The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet.
Oh, thanks. You going fishing this weekend, Pa?
Oh, I don't think so, Rick. Why?
Oh,
You can't catch any fish up there anymore. I don't know what's happening. You know, last time I went fishing, I caught the biggest fish of the day, and the warden made me throw it back. It was too small. Miserable time.
Well, I don't see why. You don't have to catch any fish to enjoy fishing, do you?
Of course you do. That's the point of it.
Well, yes, but you've often said it's fun just being up in the mountains. I should think you'd want to go just to relax and enjoy the fresh air and sunshine.
Well, yeah, I suppose.
And get away from the city?
Yeah.
And your wife?
Yeah. No. Don't laugh, boy. 6 months from now, your mother will claim I said that.
Good cast, Oz. You mean lucky. Well, I was trying to be polite.
If you guys will stop talking and start watching, you'll learn something. Hey, how about that? Twice in a row. Can't call that luck.
That's not bad, Oz. Out of 29 tries, you hit it twice.
I'm just warming up.
Well, I better get home for dinner.
Well, wait a minute, how about it? You guys want to go fishing this weekend?
No, I don't think so. Not me. Not me either.
Afternoon, gentlemen.
Oh, hi, Dave. Hi, Dave.
I'm going down to the drugstore. Do you want anything?
Oh, yeah, would you get me some razor blades and some shaving cream and some white envelopes and a can of pipe tobacco?
Sorry I asked.
How about you, Doc?
Well, I could use a couple of candy bars and a magazine.
You know, how about going fishing this weekend? It's beautiful up the lake this time of the year.
Oh, Oz, we might just as well stay here and fish in the tub.
You can't catch any fish in the tub.
Well, you can't catch any fish in the lake either.
Yeah, they haven't been biting too good lately. At least nothing worth bringing home anyway.
Well, what difference does that make? No, I mean it. The fun of fishing is being up there. Doesn't make any difference whether you catch anything or not.
Count me out anyway.
Me too.
Well, I was up there a couple of weeks ago and I had a wonderful time.
Did you catch any fish?
Well, that's not important. The important thing is to get out in the fresh air and sunshine and relax.
But did you catch any fish?
Well, what difference does it make? I had a lot of fun just being there, watching the water, taking it easy.
Wait. You know, Oz may have a point there. What do you say, Doc?
Well, I'll go if you will.
Okay, we go fishing this weekend.
You count me out. Well, I think you guys are right. What's the sense of going fishing if you don't catch any fish?
How'd they come out, Dave?
Pretty good.
Who's the girl?
That's Dorothy Jones. Father owns a ranch in the valley. That's where I took the pictures.
Oh. Gee, she looks kind of familiar. Did she used to wear her hair in a ponytail?
No, I don't think so.
Sure she did. You used to bring her in here all the time.
Oh, no, that was another girl. They do kind of look alike, though. You know, she looked pretty good in a ponytail.
Yeah, in fact, she'd look good in most anything.
And she's a nice girl, too. Well, I gotta get going. She and her father coming over for dinner tonight.
You're not getting serious, are you?
No, nothing like that.
Well, if you didn't need any ice cream or anything, just call me and I'll deliver it in person. I may even put on my tuxedo. Right.
Are you guys about ready? They should be arriving any minute.
Oh, just about. Do you want any help?
No, thanks. Everything's under control.
Ouch!
What was that?
I forgot to get Papa's razor blades.
Hey, she's a very attractive girl.
Thanks.
You say her father owns this ranch?
Yeah.
And these horses too, huh?
Yep.
She's even more attractive than I thought.
You guys just about ready?
Yeah, I'm all set.
Hey, did you see these pictures of the ranch?
Oh, no, I'd like to see those.
You say you're going up there again this weekend?
Yeah, I was thinking of it. She invited me.
If you'd like a little company on the way up, I'd be glad to go up there with you.
Oh, that's very thoughtful of you, but I think I can get along without you for a couple of days.
It's not a very friendly attitude, especially towards your own brother.
Well, you want me to be honest with you, don't you? And don't start dropping any hints at the dinner table, either.
What are you talking about?
Dave, what is this lake here?
Oh, it's up on the ranch. It's just a small lake.
Oh, do you think there are any fish in it?
I don't know. I imagine so.
Here they come.
Okay, I'll be there as soon as the boys are dressed. Come on, let's go, boys.
We're all ready, Pop.
Hi, come on in.
Hi,
Dave.
Dorothy, Mr. Jones, this is my mother.
How do you do? Hello, Dorothy.
And my brother, Ricky.
Hello, Rick. How are you?
Oh, and my father.
Oh, how do you do?
Well, how are you?
Nice to know you.
Won't you come in?
Thank you.
Say, you look familiar. Haven't I met you before?
I don't think so.
Come on, Pop, that's my line.
Oh.
Can I take your coat for you?
Thank you.
Nothing I like better than a home cookie.
Your hair looks very pretty tonight.
Well, thank you again. You know, that's what I like about you, Dave. A lot of fellows never mention things like that.
Oh, so you go out with a lot of fellows, huh?
Thousands.
Do you ever wear your hair in a ponytail?
Once in a while, why?
Well, I just thought it might look kind of nice that way.
He's a fine boy.
Thank you.
Dave tells me you have a lake on your property.
Oh, just a small one.
I love your house, Mrs. Nelson.
Oh, thank you.
Say, I hope you folks don't mind, but I bought you a couple of trout from the lake.
Oh, how
Oh,
wonderful.
well, thank you very much.
I hope you like trout.
Oh, yes, well, we love trout.
Yeah, Pop fishes all the time.
In fact, if you encourage him a little, he'll tell you about the time he won the men's club fishing trophy.
That comes after dinner, Rick. Oh, these are beauties. You caught these up at your lake?
Yeah, I have so darn many fish there, I have to give them away.
Well, thank you very much.
They're beautiful. I'll put them in the freezer. Pardon me.
What'd you sit down?
Oh, thank you.
Come in, fellas.
Oh, hi, Oz. Say, Doc and I thought we'd get up a poker game later tonight. Are you interested?
Oh, well, thanks. I would be, but we have guests for dinner. A girlfriend of Dave's and her father.
Oh, that's too bad. I was feeling lucky tonight.
Why don't you go in and meet him? He seems like a real nice guy.
Oh, no, thanks, Oz. I've got my old clothes on.
Oh, yeah, me too, and I need a shave.
Well, that doesn't make any difference. You can stay a few minutes, can't you?
No, Oz. We can't go in there looking like a couple of bums.
Hey, Doc, look at these.
Wow. Where'd you buy these, Oz? At the market?
No. The girl's father brought them. He caught them up at his lake.
His lake?
Well, yeah, he's got this ranch and a lake on it. He says he catches fish like that all the time up there.
No kidding. I didn't know there were places like that anymore.
Oh, boy, would I like to find a place like that to fish.
Oh, well, say, Joe, as long as we're here, we might as well meet him.
Oh, fellas, look, dinner is practically ready. You can meet him some other time.
But you said you wanted to introduce us.
Well, yes, but not looking like this.
Like what?
Well, I mean, look, you got a dirty old sweatshirt on and you need a shave.
But you said it wouldn't make any
I
difference.
was just trying to be polite. You look like a couple of bums. You can meet him some other time, fellas.
Well, how do you like that?
Well, if that's the way he wants to act, who cares? Come on, Doc. We can take a hint.
More coffee?
Yes, please. Oh, that was a wonderful dinner.
Thank you.
Yeah, the trout was delicious.
Trout?
The lamb.
I'll bet you miss the ranch now that you're away at school.
Well, yes, but I like living at the sorority house. Of course, I go home most weekends.
See, wait a minute. Now I know who you remind me of. Sally Cartwright. Harriet? Do you remember Sally Cartwright, the girl Dave used to go with? Doesn't Dorothy remind you of her?
Oh, yes.
You look a great deal like her. Of course, she used to wear her hair in a ponytail.
She's just a girl I used to take out when I was in high school.
Well, I guess I can't get too jealous then.
Cartwright? I thought Betty Wilson was the one with a ponytail.
Betty Wilson was the tall, thin girl.
No, Pop, that was Jan Carter. Or was it Wendy Miller? Terry Benson?
Well, it's possible.
Susan Blake? Mona Clark?
I don't know. Don't ask me, ask my lawyer.
How about a cigar, Bill?
Well, thanks, Oz. I'll smoke it a little later on if you don't mind.
Suit yourself.
Well, I guess we better get going.
Where?
I'm going to drive Dorothy back to the sorority house.
So soon?
Well, we're going to take the long way home, through the park.
It certainly has been a lovely evening, Mrs. Nelson. It was awfully nice of you to invite us over.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm so glad you could come.
Very nice meeting you, Mr. Nelson.
Well, thank you. It's nice to have met you, Dorothy.
Well, I better be running along myself. It's quite a drive out to the ranch.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, what's your hurry? Stick around. Harry will get some more coffee.
Well, certainly. It's early yet.
Well, all right, you talked me into it.
Bye, then.
Good night.
I'll see you, Dad.
Okay, dear.
Good night, Mr. Jones.
Good night, Dave.
Good night. Good night, Dave. Coffee sounds like a good idea.
Say, Oz, you never did show me that fishing trophy you won.
Oh. It's really nothing. Oh,
Hi, Oz.
Hello, Oz. What do you guys want?
Well, we just came by to get some poker chips. We thought we might get up a little game.
Oh, I see you have company. I'm Joe Randolph. This is Dr. Fishing. William.
How do you do,
How are you? Mr. Jones, how are you? This is Ozzie Nelson.
Yes, wait a minute. I'll get the poker chips.
Oh, wait a minute, Oz. I have an idea. Maybe you and your friend would like to join the game.
Oh, well, thanks, but he has a long drive ahead of him. He has to leave.
Oh, no, I don't have to, Oz. You know, I don't get much chance to play poker out of the ranch.
Well, then it's all settled.
Well, of course, it wouldn't be right to leave Mrs. Nelson.
No, that wouldn't be right.
Well, why don't we play right here? Come on, we'll use the dining room table.
Joe, Bill, I'll give you a little hint.
Yeah.
If you have any kind of hand at all, you can always outbluff Oz.
This is an eye, an electric eye. The electric eye of a Brownie automatic movie camera. And it is this electric eye that reads the light and sets your lens automatically, so you get correctly exposed movies every time. Whether you shoot in the sun or the shade, your camera's always ready. Look at this. When you suddenly come upon a picture you'd hate to miss, your Brownie automatic movie camera is always set. Just aim it and press the button. Your Brownie automatic adjusts itself even while you're shooting. And as for that little rascal in the shade, his picture will come out correctly exposed too. This wonderful Brownie automatic movie camera can be yours for only $74.50 or as little as $7.50 down. Other Brownie movie cameras start at only $32.50. And remember, fun's more fun with a movie camera by Kodak.
Are we going to play poker?
Well, yeah, I thought that was the idea.
Sure. Well, I just wondered. There are other games, bridge, pinochle, gin.
Hey, there's a card game I haven't played since I was a boy.
What's that?
Go fish.
Oh, yeah, fish. That's fun.
Say, speaking of fishing...
I hate to interrupt you. Why don't we get started here? Is poker okay with everybody?
Fine with me.
Okay, poker it is. High trout deals.
Trout?
What's this about trout, Oz?
No, I didn't deal the cards, will you, Joe, please?
I thought we were going to cut for hooks.
Hooks.
Is that what you catch trout with?
What's this?
What did you mention that for, Oz?
Are we going to play poker or aren't we?
Hey, you know, it's too bad you guys aren't fishermen. You'd probably enjoy fishing up at my lake.
I'll deal.
You like to fish, don't you, Oz?
Well, no, he just likes to lie in the boat and relax. We're the ones who like to fish.
Well, say, Dave's coming up to the lake this weekend. Why don't you guys come along with him?
Oh, hey.
Say, bring Rick along, too, if he'd like to come.
Oh, thank you.
Well, you know, Mr. Jones, we're embarrassed.
Yeah, why?
Well, we hinted pretty broadly to get an invitation.
I know you did.
What's this?
I get a lot of subtle hints for invitations, but unless a guy comes right out and practically invites himself, I get the idea that he isn't really a true fisherman.
How about that? And I was trying to keep the guys from dropping hints.
It's all right, Oz. I'm used to it.
Well, you guys have accomplished your mission. I guess there's no point in playing poker.
Well, why not? We got the invitation out of Bill. Now let's see if we can get some money out of you.
This is interesting. Here's a picture of one of the biggest trout ever caught, and it was caught in a private lake.
Oh, that's too bad.
What do you mean?
You won't be able to catch it.
Oh. Well, I have a hunch some of the fish in Bill's lake are even bigger.
I hope so. Certainly was nice of him to ask all you guys up there.
Well, after all, he didn't have much choice with all those hints flying around.
How about you?
Well, I must admit I kind of went along with the idea.
You led the parade.
Well, I like to fish.
I thought you just liked to relax.
Well, yes, if there aren't any fish to be caught.
Oh, hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Where have you been?
Oh, just riding around.
Oh, I hope you didn't get Dorothy back too late.
No, I took her right back to the sorority.
Well, didn't you even stop off for a sandwich or something?
No, we didn't stop for anything.
Well, nothing's wrong, is there?
No, we just had a little argument.
Oh, well, you'll straighten it out this weekend.
I'm afraid there's not much chance of that.
What do you mean?
Well, there isn't going to be any weekend. Night.
Well, David? Dave? What's this about no weekend?
Well, it's nothing to get excited about, Pop.
Oh, no, I realize that.
It's not as if I was ruining anybody else's weekend, just my own.
Oh, well, yeah. What was the argument about?
Well, it's just one of those silly things.
Well, I know. Well, don't you think it'll be patched up by this weekend?
Well, I really don't care, Pop.
Well, I know, Dave, but there's no argument that can't be straightened out if you really want to.
Well, that's just it. It doesn't make any difference one way or the other.
Oh, well, what was it about?
Well, nothing very important.
Well, Dave, it must have been important if you canceled the whole weekend.
Well, it was about nothing, Pop.
Well, you just don't argue about nothing. I know. I've been married for more than 23 years.
If you really want to know, it started about the way she wears her hair.
Oh. Well, look, I don't want to take sides, but don't you think you were a little out of line telling her to wear her hair in a ponytail?
Well, that was only a contributing factor. She didn't think anything about it until you mentioned that I used to go out with this other girl who wore her hair in a ponytail.
Well, she didn't seem to mind it when I mentioned it.
Well, it was sort of a delayed reaction. See, I had the top down on the car, and I suggested that she wear a bandana. She said, maybe you'd like me to wear my hair in a ponytail like the girl your father mentioned. That's how it all started.
Oh, gee, that's a shame.
What are you reading, Pop?
Just a magazine. Well, good night, Dave.
Good night.
What's the matter?
David had a big argument with Dorothy.
Yes, so he said. What was it all about?
Well, that's not the point. The point is, what am I going to tell Doc and Joe?
Well, why do you have to tell him anything?
Well, I have to explain why the fishing trip is off, and we certainly can't go up there if Dave isn't going up.
Well, then just tell him the truth.
Well, isn't there a possibility that Dave might apologize?
I don't know. What was the argument about?
Oh, something about a ponytail. The point is...
Wait a second. Didn't you mention something about a ponytail?
Well,
And if I remember correctly, you weren't talking about Dorothy. You were talking about one of Dave's other girls.
Well, if she's going to be jealous of all the girls Dave's gone out with, then he ought to get himself another girl.
Do you realize what you just said?
Well, of course, he ought to get himself another girl with a father who owns a lake that's full of fish.
Why don't you run an ad in the paper?
You don't realize how serious this is. Joe and Doc are counting on going up to fish at Mr. Jones's lake this weekend.
Well, aren't there any other lakes around here?
Not with fish in them.
Well, then the way I see it, you've only got two choices. Either get Dave to apologize to Dorothy, or you apologize to Doc and Joe.
Say that again.
Well, I just said Dave had a little argument with Dorothy, so we won't be able to go up to the lake this weekend.
Stand aside, Joe. I want to hit him.
No, there's nothing primitive about that. I didn't have the argument with her. David did.
You must have had a hand in it somewhere.
No, I didn't. I just happened to mention casually.
That's what I thought.
Let me hit him.
What are you guys mad at me for? After I was the one who introduced you to Mr. Jones.
Just a second. Look, Doc, why can't we go fishing there ourselves?
Why not? Dave has nothing to do with it.
Well, of course not. After all, Mr. Jones invited us personally.
Oh, that's right. Gee, Oz, I'm sorry. I was going to hit you for nothing.
See you when we get back.
No, wait, you guys can't do that.
Why not?
Well, it would be disloyal to Dave.
How?
Well, after all, Dave introduced us to Mr. Jones, and Mr. Jones invited us to go fishing. So now that David has had an argument with Mr. Jones's daughter, I think this cancels everything. It eliminates the whole thing.
Well, who asked you?
Well, nobody.
Well, then stay out of this.
Come on, Joe.
What do you mean, stay out of it?
Well, it's all your fault anyway. Introducing us to Mr. Jones, luring us into that poker game, just so you could get an invitation up to the lake.
Well, the poker game was your idea. You engineered the whole thing. I lost $3.
Well, never mind that. Where is it, Oz?
Where's what?
The Jones Ranch that has the lake on it.
Well, you mean you guys don't know where it is?
No.
Holy smokes. You've been standing here threatening my good friend Oz. Ozzie Nelson, who introduced us to Mr. Jones, who has a ranch with a lake on it up in... Where is it, Oz?
I don't know.
You mean Jones didn't tell you?
Oh, why should he tell me? David knows where it is, and he was going to drive us up there. Oh, hiya, Dave. But don't bother Dave with this thing.
Hi, Dr. Williams. Hi, Mr. Randolph.
Hi, Dave. Say, that was a nice fellow we met last night.
Oh, you mean Mr. Jones?
Yeah, the fellow with
Careful, Doc.
I was just going to say, the fellow with a nice daughter.
Oh.
Yeah, she seems like a real sweet, even-tempered girl.
Oh, yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah. Say, Dave, did I ever tell you about the fight I had with Mrs. Williams?
No, I don't think so.
Well, it was the darndest thing. She started to beef about absolutely nothing. She stood there yelling at me, and even though I knew she was wrong, I apologized and we made up. How about that?
Yeah, how about that?
Sure glad your wife isn't mad at you anymore.
Dave.
Yes, sir?
Dave, I made up that story. I told you that story for a reason.
Oh, what's that?
Well, he wants you to make up with the girls so we can go fishing. Isn't that right, Oz?
Well, yeah, I'm afraid it is, Dave. See, Mr. Jones invited us all up to the lake fishing this weekend.
Oh, I get it. And then when Dorothy and I had the argument...
Exactly.
I don't mind making up with Dorothy. In fact, I'd like to. But it's not going to be as easy as it sounds.
Sounded pretty easy when Doc told it.
Yeah, that's because he was making it up. In real life, these things are never as easy as when you're making them up.
We'll make it easy. We'll help you, won't we, Oz?
Oh, well, sure. Now, what was the argument about?
Well, you know, Pop.
Oh, yeah, well, that's not important. The main thing is to patch it up.
How about trying flowers or candy?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, flowers or candy. All those in favor of flowers or candy, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Dave, is to relax and take it easy. Play it real cool. You've got the candy, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
And don't forget the flowers.
Where's the hat for the girl?
The hat? What's he want a hat for?
Well, I always give Clara a hat whenever we have an argument.
He's not having an argument with Clara.
Well, no, this is much more important. Dave, we're counting on you.
Look, stop putting so much pressure on the boy. Now, Dave, just lay your cards on the table. Tell Dorothy you're sorry you had the argument and that you're the one who's to fish. To trout.
I'll do my best, Pop.
Don't let us
Good
down,
luck, David. We're depending on you.
Oh, you're so dramatic.
Flowers are beautiful, Dave.
Thank you. And here.
Candy, too?
Yep.
Well, the flowers were enough.
I left the hat in the car.
The hat?
Well, that was Mr. Randolph's idea. He wanted to make sure that they got to go fishing.
Well, I like that.
What's the matter?
Well, I just got it. The only reason you came back to apologize was so your father and his friends could go fishing.
No, that's not true. I was coming over anyway.
You mean it had nothing to do with the fishing?
I was coming over to apologize.
Well, I'm the one who should apologize.
Look, I'm sorry we got into an argument, and I realize that I'm the one to fish. Trout. Blame.
How do I know you're not making up just so you can go fishing?
You're just going to have to believe me.
You know something? I do.
Hey, how'd you make out, Dave?
Just fine.
Oh, how'd he make out? Here, you better wipe that lipstick off your cheek.
Well, when do we leave for the lake?
Well, I guess we don't.
What'd you say, son?
Oh, we're not going to the lake.
Well, not going to... Well, I thought you made up with Dorothy.
Well, I did, but that was one of the conditions. I had to prove to her I wasn't doing it just so you guys could go fishing.
Then why were you doing it?
Well, mostly because I like Dorothy.
Well, what about us?
Well, I'm awfully sorry, Dr. Williams. I did the best I could. Oh, well, yeah, sure you did. You did your best, Dave.
Oh, sure, Dave. You did your best. Just too bad he couldn't have done a little better.
Thank you. Really, Mr. Nelson, you could have gone fishing.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Sure, Pop, it would have been all right.
Well, no, you know how much fishing means to me, Dave.
That's right. He'd be just as happy sitting in the backyard relaxing.
Oh, there you are, Dorothy. Come on, daughter, we're leaving.
But, Dad...
Mr. Jones?
Young man, I understand that you had an argument with my daughter.
Well, it was just a little misunderstanding, but it's all been straightened out now.
Not as far as I'm concerned. Come on, Dorothy.
But, just a second.
And as for you, my daughter isn't even speaking to any Welsher.
Welcher? Who's a Welcher?
You are. Did we or did we not have a date to go fishing this weekend?
Well, yes.
Well, how do you expect to be there on time if you don't start to pack now?
Well,
You get just one more chance. And that's only because I went to all this trouble to get you up there.
well, you didn't go to any trouble.
Well, of course I did. Making Dave show you those pictures, driving all the way down here, losing money to you at poker.
Well, you didn't lose. I lost.
Well, I can't do everything right. All I want is somebody to go fishing with me.
When are you leaving?
Would right now be too soon?
Oh, right now would be just perfect. Come on, let's go.
How about Doc and Joe?
Well, who do you think's warming up the motor?
How about Rick? Who do you think packed all your gear? Come on. This is terrific. Come on, everybody.
Come on, Dave.
Hey, wait for me.
Next week's adventure will be brought to you by our alternate sponsor, the Quaker Oats Company. Now, a word about one of their many fine products, kennel ration.
Between a man and his dog, there's something very special, and they both know it. Yes, there's no other dog in the world like yours. No other dog food like Kennel Ration, America's favorite dog food. Kennel Ration is packed with lean red meat. It contains wholesome steaks, chops, and roasts of U.S. government-inspected horse meat, plus other nutrients a dog is known to need. The kind of protein-rich food today's dogs require. Yes, there's no other dog in the world like yours. No other dog food like Kennel Ration. Put your trust in Kennel Ration with lean red meat. More people do.
Ozzie and Harriet are brought to you on film by Eastman Kodak Company, who also present The Ed Sullivan Show on another network. And remember,
The most personal greetings of all are photo greetings. The cards only you can send. So why not take some new pictures for your Christmas cards this week? Be sure and see David in his latest motion picture. It's called 30, and he co-stars with Jack Webb. Of course, I may be prejudiced, but I think he does a wonderful job. And speaking of the boys, I hope you have Ricky's new album. We think it's his best yet. It's called Songs by Ricky.
this has been an ABC Television Network film presentation.